Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes. It's the ladies' night. Hello, Myra J. How are you?
I am very well. Thank you for asking.
And young Quinn, how you doing? Looking all
I'm
fresh
doing
and
good.
California-like.
Thank you. It's Wellness Wednesday, and so on campus we get weekly massages for free outside.
How? Oh my
Welcome to Cali.
gosh, that
Welcome
is
to Cali. That's
the
how we
way.
do it, baby.
That's the way to do it.
I'm
That's-
never leaving. I'm never leaving. I'm good.
Aren't you gonna go home for Grandma's birthday?
No, actually, unfortunately, we have an event that Saturday, so I didn't want to have to. I don't like just really short trips. If I'm gonna come visit you, I at least like to spend like a full weekend. And so I want to spend the full weekend, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But because we have an event on Saturday, they were doing like a programmatic thing for on Friday. I couldn't come up, but
Got it.
Oh.
Got it.
I'll try to be there for Thanksgiving. But happy early birthday, Grandma!
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. If they don't have free massages on Thanksgiving, then you'll be there, right?
Right,
Yeah.
that's right. I go see Marcia again because she cracked this part. Well, you don't even hear nothing. There's nothing to hear now, so it's just like, yeah. Mhm.
That
Yeah,
is
well,
awesome.
When I
Yeah.
worked in one of the studios there, it may have been hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Mhm.
That was just a perk of working there. Like, the writers would rotate out of the writing room on I don't know if it was Wednesdays or when it was, and we would just get a free massage for an hour. And I'm like, I love this life.
So
I
Myra, did that lift the room? Did that?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
A free massage,
Yeah.
especially when you're on a job sitting down, to
Right.
10, 12 hours a day. Anything to get out of that chair.
It really is something like transportational. Ours is not even an hour. You sign up for 10 minutes. It
Mhm.
just felt good just to sit in,
Oh, yeah.
'cause they have that when you sit backwards in the chair and they just get from your shoulders to your back and your face is just all like smushed. It's just like, wow, like I'm not in California. I'm somewhere in Cancun or I'm somewhere in, Turks and Caicos or wherever. And it's just like, huh. And by the time you come back in, it's like, yes, I'll email that to you right away. Thank you
I
so much.
I like to do that in the airport
I was
when
just
you
gonna
have a
say
lot of
that.
extra
Yeah.
time, or your flight is delayed by 2 hours and everybody's sitting there
Yeah.
like, "Arr." I'm like, I passed by a massage place. And then when you go to get on the plane, they're like, did you enjoy your massage? And I'm like, well, how'd they know? Then you realize you got them imprints
Blind.
all in your face.
I have to try one of those. I always see them, especially in the Atlanta airport. I just never actually had the time to do it. But that now you're right, because I'm pretty
Yep,
sure I
50,
enjoyed that too.
30 minutes. Trust me, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
And if you pay extra, can you go longer, Quinn?
Oh, ours are completely free. So I never actually tried sliding something under the table. Like, okay.
So
Book
do you? Just saying, what could it hurt?
I'll see. Maybe next week. I'll see if I drop a little Milky Way in her bucket.
Okay, wait a minute now. We're not talking about Halloween. These are people who do this for a living, Quinn.
Well, you also know for a living, I would like to make more money. And right now,
yes.
this is a very financial time. I told you got birthdays next week, Halloween things, and my birthday's coming up, and so it's
so does the massage therapist. So
I know. Listen, if it was my world, everything would be free. I know that
I
makes
know the
everybody
communist
confused.
that you are. I
Yes.
understand that,
So
but
that's I'm like maybe I
we're
can give
living
her
in a
some groceries.
capitalist society.
I'll see what I can do on behalf of the office. It does make me think, though, in regards to holistic wellness for college students, because I've never seen a college really champion this so effectively, where you get free puppy therapy, free massages. They can walk around, get bottles of water every week.
Wait. Rewind. Did you say free puppy therapy?
Puppy therapy. You ever heard of pet
Oh,
therapy?
you go in and play with the dogs?
Yes.
Oh, I'm thinking if your puppy was stressed out because you're the owner.
Help me.
Say what the crazy woman wanted me to do today. Little puppy laid out on the little puppy couch.
Living with Quinn is hell. That cat told me it would be crazy, but I didn't believe her.
Listen, Oliver will be telling all the tea. Like, she comes home late. Sometimes not at all. I don't get a word from her. Like, she's just gone. But yeah, so it's very cute. And then it's just like in this time, especially because it's midterms, lots of students are stressed. They come to my office all the time saying how stressed and stuff they are. But for a Wednesday, for 5 hours of this Wednesday, from 11 a.m. to about, I think it's about to end now at 4, they could just shop. They could get a crepe. They can get a massage. And I'm just like, wow, I wish we had this in undergrad. Like,
I wish they'd had that back in the Stone Ages for me too. My
can you
God.
imagine? Yeah.
Myra, does that make you want to go back to school at Loyola?
No, I'm glad we came up the way we did. Raising a bunch of marshmallows, cupping up on something. Okay.
I went off on your brother yesterday how tough it was with his gazillion many jobs and stuff, and I'm not going to visit that on you.
Oh yeah, Cameron has it tough. Cameron has it really tough.
I can see that in your face. All right, so let's move on. We do have a guest today, and we're going to talk to George Wallace. Hopefully,
who's the guest?
George Wallace. Oh. But first, let's talk about the What You Need to Know newsletter. Today, our LGBTQ contributor, Kwyn Townsend Riley, wrote about a case brought before the Supreme Court by a woman who said she was discriminated against because she's straight. She's a heterosexual.
She's a heterosexual.
She's a
I thought
hetero.
this would be funny to bring up, and also in all seriousness, the fact that she has made it all the way to the Supreme Court is actually no laughing matter, and it could mean some things for a lot of people. And so in 2022, a white woman, their last name is Ames. I thought I put her whole name in here, but I guess I didn't. But Ames filed a discrimination against the Ohio Department of Youth Services under Title IX of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which bans workplace discrimination on the grounds of traits like race, sex, religion, and national origin. So what happened is that she was trying to apply for a higher role than her current role as a PREA administrator within the Ohio Department of Youth Services. She was told then by her current supervisor that actually she should retire because she had been working there since 2014. In fact, she didn't retire. They wanted to fire her from that role and demote her pay. She was receiving $47.22 when they wanted to demote her pay to $28.40. And she didn't want to take that demotion. So they fired her. She was relieved of her role. They ended up hiring a 25-year-old person who is a gay man as her replacement. And then they ended up replacing her supervisor, which with also a gay woman. Mind you, the two people that actually are like the actual directors of this youth facility are both straight. And so in the lower courts, Ames hasn't been able to actually prove.
Her name is Marlene Ames, I believe.
Okay, thank you. I should have Googled it. She hasn't been able to prove that this is a pattern of discrimination against folks that are heterosexual, just because of a coincidence that the people that were hired to replace her and her supervisor were indeed gay. But if the Supreme Court does actually side with her, this could make it this could set a precedent in regards to so many heterosexual people, white people, people that are able-bodied, people that are Christian, to start feeling as if they are experiencing a systemic discrimination because they are not being granted a certain privilege.
So yeah. She was calling these people that replaced her DEI hires, I'm assuming.
Basically, yes. And this is in the Ohio Department of Youth. There isn't a date for the Supreme Court date.
But they have accepted the case.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is going to be interesting.
Well, let's hope she goes down in flames. See what I did there?
This is why I wanted to bring it up. And I was trying to see if there are other cases like this, because I know there's been cases of white people suing for like discrimination laws, like in regards to affirmative action and just like other workplace things. But I haven't seen another case where someone is like suing based off of their sexual orientation and see that, and they feel as if they are being discriminated against because of that in regards to their skills for that job. Like I find that very interesting. And I also don't know how she knew that the two people that were hired were gay. Like I don't know how she was even like disclosed or privy to that information as well. So yeah.
Somebody in the department, maybe?
It's just still very interesting, because again, these are like salient identities, and I don't even one of the classes that I had to teach yesterday, we talked about identities and systemic racism when we did the identity wheel. And I was telling them, like there are some identities you see and there's some identities you don't see. And specifically related to sexual orientation, like that's something you don't see. Like you actually have to look at somebody's social media, you have to see who they date. And because that's not information that's like readily accessible.
Right.
And so I am curious, like if she violated their rights to figure out like what their sexual orientation was for her
Right.
case. So I don't know.
Well, you make an interesting point that she didn't have any other examples to use where, they were applying the same thing, other cases where a heterosexual person had been replaced by a homosexual person or whatever the situation may have been, whatever their particular sexuality. She was unable to provide evidence establishing a pattern of employment. So she just happened to be one of those Karens.
Yeah, right. But now these are Karens coming into the queer space, just trying to figure it out.
Using that
Yeah.
for her to get her old job back. And then when she comes back, how nice is she to people? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm putting a lot of my thoughts into this and my perceptions about her into this.
Yeah.
But it's just a really interesting kind of sort of way,
Yeah.
how she chose to do this. And
this is based in Ohio. So
the only thing would have been better if she'd been Haitian, and then they really would have given her up.
Okay.
Also, I want to talk about Wednesday is Black and Missing Day here on It's Sybil, and today the focus is on 28-year-old Zelig Williams, missing from Columbia, South Carolina, from the Longwood area. I believe that's a street since October 3rd. Zelig is a Black male, a light complexion, 6 feet tall, 150 pounds, short black hair, and brown eyes. And we ask you to please take a look at his picture in the newsletter. And if you have any information, please go to the Black and Missing Foundation website if he looks familiar to you, and then get in touch with them. We started this some time ago, years ago now, and it has been successful in that we are, accept the assignment to bring attention to this and to the number of Black and brown people who go missing and they don't get the same kind of attention as perhaps the melanin challenged people get. Young blonde and blue-eyed girls wearing pink jogging shorts and go missing. And I make light of this because and it's not funny, but you sometimes just have to point out the craziness of young women just going out and missing for a day, and everybody is alerted. This young man has been missing now for 5 or 6 days, and this is the first. I'm not sure what kind of response he's gotten. His situation has gotten in Columbia, South Carolina, but for sure, this is something that we want to kind of balance the scales a little bit in terms of our people go missing and we need to, and thank goodness Natalie and Derica put this organization together, and we joined them in kind of leveling the playing field as it is in regards to our missing people of color.
Yes.
One other thing that we're going to talk about, and that I spent a lot of time on Hurricane Milton watch, and we'll give an update on that. Are you done with it, Myra?
Wanda the weather bunny. I am so glued. I'm flipping from the Weather Channel to CNN back and forth. First of all, praying for everyone. I'm not going to name names, but I actually know people who are hunkering down.
Yeah.
And I'm so afraid for them as well as others, because you know me, I'm a scaredy cat. Nobody has to tell me.
Myra, I would think you would just stand there and say, Milton, you go back to your room.
when I got back. But yeah, they're saying for this area, the worst storm in probably 100 years.
Yeah, they're calling it the 100-year storm. It hasn't
Yeah.
happened since 1921.
Yeah, and so I just I pray for safety, but and I am so fearful that we will see lives lost.
And I thought about this, Myra. Do you remember the time we were down there for the family reunion, and they had to shut it down because we were like, storm's coming.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, let's just do the show, and then and so I guess we did the show, and we had a very small audience because people were taking.
This is when you know it's time to go. We're down there for the Tom Joyner family reunion. For anyone who's ever been, it's our next biggest event next
Orlando.
to the cruise. Yes, in Orlando. Hurricanes coming. We are on the air on Friday. Normally it's the big sky show. Well, people aren't coming because the hurricane is set to come.
And I'm wondering, did the talent come? I
No,
don't remember.
no.
Yeah.
No, I think somebody local from Orlando came and sang Zippity Doo Dah or something. But the funny part, people were calling into the show. You're like, hey, they were like, get out of there. We're on the air. People are like, leave. Then one of our producers was handing us notes saying they're shutting down the airport at 12 o'clock.
Click. And
They're
then
shutting down the airport at 12
and then they write
o'clock.
something else out, and now they're shutting down the hotel. And now,
Right. Right. And that's when Tom chartered the private jet to get us out.
Back to
And
Dallas.
we come rolling out with our luggage, and Tom turned around like, y'all can't put that luggage on the plane. Plane gonna be too heavy. We're like, what? He was, I shipped mine last night. So there we were on the tarmac, opening our luggage, trying to take out
the things we really needed.
Like, I just bought these panties, so I'm whatever we really wanted to keep, we had to put them in our purse.
And they would, and luckily enough, I think we were at Disney. I want to say it was Disney, and the Disney people were so lovely and made sure our luggage got back to us, in short time. But oh my gosh! So my point with all of this is when they tell you to leave, and we're well past time because we're within a matter of hours before Milton makes landfall. But when they tell you to leave, get out. Make your provisions, make your arrangements. Whatever you have to do to your house, boarding up and make that should have all been done. And a lot of people are like, well, I made it through this one and I made it through that one. This is a whole different animal.
Nobody there is over 100 years old who can tell the story of what the last one was like.
Right.
And I understand that people don't want to leave their home, and that's where they feel comfortable. But they have so many special circumstances, not only because of the hurricane, but they hadn't finished cleaning up from Helene.
That's the other part,
And so they have literally just debris piled up, which they said, and this can also become projectiles.
That's what I said in my story today.
So now you got air conditioner parts and refrigerator doors,
holes and trees and
the other things flying around that you normally,
because not only do you have the water, you have the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been in a hurricane, Kwyn?
No, I haven't. And all of this is definitely, when you said like folks should definitely evacuate, I just think about all the unhoused people, and I think about the people who don't have any connections in neighboring states where these type of natural disasters not only remind people of how much they have, but also remind people how much those are without.
Right.
And that's where my mind is just like, when you said the bodies, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
they're telling people if you stay where you are, and without seeking any shelter or anything, like stay in your home or your apartment or whatever, put your name on your body, write your name out.
Yep.
And so, and a phone number, and in case of emergency, phone number.
Yeah. Not to mention with the flood, for anybody who's ever been to Florida, it's gators off in that water.
And it's poisonous because it's coming, all of the, whatever has already gone into the water, whether it's fertilizer or swimming chemicals, swimming pool chemicals, or anything like that. Stay out of that. Don't try to wade through the water, as the song
Right.
says. No, stay out of it because that's dangerous. And they're saying, now there are fears of people getting sepsis.
Yeah, yeah. And I heard a story yesterday, and I hadn't even thought about it. How they were talking about people who are inmates,
Yeah.
how they have to have those facilities hunkered down because
Yep.
they aren't moving them.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely. They're not.
so
And they're saying, well, hope your building's hurricane proof because we got enough
yeah,
to worry about the patients in the hospitals, the
hospital.
veterans, and all of this other stuff. So the eye wall begins to move closer on shore near Tampa as they deal with tornadoes. Over 10 tornadoes have been spotted today alone.
It's been upgraded to 19.
Yeah.
19 tornadoes have been seen. And so some of them are actually on the east coast of
Yeah. Yeah.
Florida,
Like near
where the
Miami.
tornadoes are.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I
Vero
saw that
Beach
too.
and some other areas, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they say the storm is going to come in at Tampa. It's going to go west to east in Orlando and the surrounding areas. Forecasters are warning of up to 15 inches of rain, and the city and the region face an extreme flooding rain threat. Um, so let us. I'm not sure if George is there, but let us move to what's really going on. And Myra, let's. There he is. Okay. Hello. Oh my gosh.
I know what you were thinking, Sybil. Shame. Shame on you, Sybil Wilkes.
George, we
I
need to put
wasn't thinking
some
that.
light on
What
you.
was she thinking? What was she thinking, Myra?
What time of day is it, George,
Where
Mr.
you
Wallace?
are, George.
No,
It's
I'm just,
broad daylight.
it's broad daylight. I'm just black, y'all. I'm just dark. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad you're here, George. I'm glad you're here. And George is here to talk about his latest project. There's that massive hand that always goes in front of the camera. George is here to talk about his latest project. And George Wallace, you're doing good and you're becoming politically active.
Sybil, what is happening right now? I am a different person. This is the most important time of my life. I've been through a lot. I mean, I thought getting Obama in office, that was important, but this is even more so. I
Yeah.
am so elated. I'm happy. And right now, I'm down here in Georgia, and I'm thinking about my friends in Florida. And Trump is worse than Milton and Helene. We cannot let this guy
Mm.
get in office. We cannot go back.
Okay,
And
well, he made his statement.
and,
Thank
and
you,
and Donald
Dr.
Trump
George Wallace.
is showing what he can do, the power that Donald Trump has to cut off people speaking out against him. This is what we have to look forward to if we don't get out the vote. I don't know what happened. Maybe George is traveling. But
He
Myra,
is, he said.
you are participating in an event this weekend that George is sponsoring. It's Comics for
Comics
Kamala.
for Comics for Kamala here in Atlanta at the Uptown in Hateville, because there's two of them. And he's bringing on not only comics but special guests. We have former Mayor Bill Campbell will be there. Nakima Williams, I
Williams,
believe.
the Congresswoman.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, and also Jennifer Holliday. It is going to come and join it. Oh, hello, Dr. Wallace. You may continue.
You were doing a very good job. I don't know what happened. I know my phone is from Walmart, so I will go in and out every now and then. Okay. So, but yes, Myra, on Friday night we're gonna have a great time. Comics for Colin. We got great comedians coming. Don D.C. Curry and the one and only Myra J. Did you say you're gonna be there, Myra? Myra
No, I
J.
did not.
Well, Myra J. will be helping me host the show. She didn't know that yet, but she
Is
will.
she
I was.
co-host?
I am really,
That's
George. Well,
news to her.
thank you so much.
Well, yeah,
Is
ain't
there
we so
extra
happy to
money
have
in it for her for
Right.
co-hosting?
all the
Oh,
money goes.
he
All the money
hasn't said
goes to
the
Miss
M
Harris.
word. He has not said the M word to me. The only M word he has said has been Myra J.
Myra, all of the money goes to Miss Harris. Everything goes to Miss Harris. We have to help her. We got to give her all the money that we can because we got to win. We've
You
got
know
to
what that
win.
means, George? That means you're going
So,
to be getting more text from the various organizations and groups saying,
Sybil,
why?
Sybil,
This is the 7th time I text you and I haven't heard from you.
Sybil, I didn't even know Tim Walsh knew me. I did not know that. I did not. I'm getting texts from people I don't even know. If you ever, I love Miss Harris. I love you. But if you text me one more time, I swear to God.
I'm telling you.
George, what made you want to do this?
Because I'm a part of America. I'm very concerned about America and which direction the country is going. We so often joke about Donald Trump. If he wins, are we going to leave the country? It's something we do have to consider. This is not a good person, and I want to talk to all of the people that are undecided. What the F are you undecided about? What do you need to know? We got a guy that's a murderer. We got a guy that, well, not a murderer, but he's done some bad
He
things.
said if he did, he would get away with it.
Well, with the COVID thing, if you use that, he's done a lot of bad things. So he's done nothing for black
and 1 million people died on his watch.
That's what I was trying to say. And all the undecided, all the black people in Atlanta, these rappers, I don't want to cuss, but F Waka Flocka Flame, F is Killer Mike with him? Everybody. F them all.
And George, the man running for president, believe it or not, he lies more than you do. I didn't think that was possible.
Wow.
But he lies.
Myra,
Yes.
Sybil, I asked God a long time ago to let me be the greatest bullshitter in the world. And he says, I'm sorry, Donald Trump got that one. And that's the bottom line. Excuse me for cussing, but he is the reason that I'm cussing now. I'm cussing
George,
every day
are you able to just have a conversation without cussing these days?
No, J.S. Brown can't even keep up with me anymore because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has made me hate a lot of people.
Wow.
My good friend Vernon Jones in Atlanta, Georgia, I can't talk to him anymore because I don't know what these people are thinking. It's crazy.
And now he's saying FEMA isn't helping people. The Biden-Harris administration isn't helping Hurricane. And this is the one that's getting me. Lord have mercy. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, talking about climate.
Yes, saying that the Democrats are controlling the climate and it's causing these hurricanes. And my number one thing is that I know that's a lie, because if we could, Mar-a-Lago would not be there.
Okay.
That's what I
if we go control something.
That's one thing I want Milton to do. Milton, wipe it off the map. Wipe it off. Milton is a black name, right?
Well, I
used to have an Uncle Milton. Yep.
Yeah, Milton is on his way to Mar-a-Lago. Knock it off the map.
So
and Marjorie Taylor Greene, now I used to go off on Will Smith with F all the Smiths. Now F all the Greens. F all the Greens. Turnip greens, collard greens, Mean Joe Green, Mr. Green Jean, F all the greens, okay?
Not Mr. Green Jean.
F all the greens, you hear me? Give me another one. Mr. Green Jeans, F them all the greens.
The Green Hornet?
The Green Hornet, you just name them. Green.
Oh my goodness.
The Green Lantern?
A Green Lantern, right?
Yeah.
Fried green tomatoes, F them all. Marjorie Taylor Greene, that's the 5 white people I hate. I told y'all about that. The 5 white people I hate is Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the guy Jim Jordan out of Ohio. The 4th one I hate is Judge Clarence Thomas and Herschel Walker.
And George, you're not only doing this in Atlanta, you are bringing your traveling Comics for Kamala roadshow to Dallas.
To the Dallas Comedy Club on October 20th. That's on a Sunday, so everybody can come out on that Sunday. And guess who's going to be with me? Guess who I'm going to be with?
You have a very special guest. That's right.
Oh my God.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man, I'm going to let her do all the talking. She can talk for me forever. I love that lady. I haven't met her, but I love her.
Oh, you're gonna fall in love with her, as everybody else does. Absolutely.
I'm thinking, and she's gonna be president too. Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna be the 2nd black woman president?
Yeah, after Miss Harris, it's gonna be her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm making my predictions right now, and she can talk trash back to the Republicans too. So that's good.
Well, she is doing it for sure.
That's what I'm talking. Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. I say go a little lower. Meet them Meet them halfway. Mhm.
So how can people get tickets for these events, George?
You can go online at Comics for Kamala, and it's Dallas and Atlanta. Comics for Kamala.
comicsforkamala.com/Atlanta for
I'm
the
so
Atlanta
excited
show
I
or
can't
slash
talk.
that.
I'm so excited I can't even
Thank you,
talk.
Myra.
This is amazing. I'm excited about this, and we're gonna win. We're gonna get out there and vote, and we're gonna get your grandparents. I'm 88, and I'm still trying to get my grandparents to vote.
He finally told his true
Wow, he finally came across with his true age. Yeah.
No, you,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first.
Sybil, stop it.
This
But
is
She
a
said, wow,
first.
he finally came.
age. He finally told it. I knew he'd slip up one day.
Oh my
One day he'd
God.
stop lying.
I'm 88 years old.
Mhm.
And still can't turn on the light.
I know he still can't find the
Hey,
switch.
Sybil, I'm so old. When I was a kid, we had a string attached to the bed. You just put your hand up in the air and pull down the string and turn the light off. I can't find the light in the car. I don't know what's going on.
wait, what?
I know. That's okay, Quinn. Just laugh and just
Oh,
Yeah, don't
she's
even
a
try to
young girl.
figure
She
out
doesn't know.
Pawpaw.
she
When
doesn't.
we were kids in the country, we had a string on the light, and you just pull the string to turn the lights on from your bed. You don't have to get out of bed and go. She doesn't know about
Okay.
this stuff. does she?
Right. I think
He's lying now. He had a lantern next to the bed.
he had
With no
to
light.
go and strike a match or
Myra,
rub some
that's why I don't like
together.
you.
Michelle Summerall said, it's getting darker, George. Your screen. There you are now. See now. We can
right.
see
The
you.
light in the middle between the two seats.
Yeah. There's a light in the car, George. Just push the
With
button.
the window
I
being
did push the button. Look at me
Yeah.
now.
Oh, you're under a street light.
Wait, he looked like he in a house now.
You guys are not nice.
driving.
He been in a room the whole time. Didn't know where to.
George, we haven't started any mama jokes. You know, that really is for the king of mean. So, I think we're doing pretty good here.
You're doing really good. But I really thank you guys for having me on with you tonight. This is wonderful. You guys are always so great. And God bless us. And I don't come on a lot because I don't know a lot anymore. I'm losing my memory.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you want to stay and talk current events and trending topics with us?
Why not?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
But I'm old, so at any time I might have to get up and go pee.
Well, Quinn is so young, it might balance it out a little bit. So if you have to go
Okay.
make water, Mr. Hoke, we'll
She
allow you
doesn't
to
know.
do that.
She doesn't know what you're talking about when you say make water, Miss Daisy.
Yes, he does.
I know.
She saw Driving Miss Daisy.
I did. That was a good movie.
See?
Mhm.
And do you remember that scene where he had to pull over and Miss Daisy was angry at him? And
Oh yeah, he said.
Miss Daisy, I gotta make water. And
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yep,
You
yep.
can't tell
yep.
me to go make water when I want to.
And he's Morgan Freeman's daddy, so that's a little known Black
Oh,
History.
that was
I
a real
can't
proud
believe this.
moment when his son got that part.
Oh, she called me Morgan Freeman's daddy. Oh my God, this is Jay used to give me hell, but now it's Myra. Oh my goodness.
I never give you hell.
Well, I
Mr.
think it all
Wallace.
started, George, when she found out she wasn't being paid.
Getting paid. You think I would give you hell now? Wait till Friday night.
Whoa.
I can't wait. And I can't believe that Jennifer's going to do like 3 or 4 songs of Sybil.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's going to sing the national anthem, lift every voice and sing. And she's going to sing one of her songs. This is
Is she going
amazing.
to sing the song?
Of course
The
she
Black
is.
Woman's National Anthem?
You don't know because this is a free show, I mean, I don't mean free. You got to pay to get in because all the money goes to Kamala, but she's not getting paid. I'm not getting paid. Mom, you getting paid?
Apparently not. But why would this be anything?
But why would this be different from any of your
right?
other shows that
why,
you hire
why
Myra?
would this?
To be honest, this is a time to say we don't want to get paid. We want to help Miss Harris as much as we can. Whatever we can do, we've got to do it. I'm blessed to be able to help her. I want to give more money. But if she called me one more time, if she texts me one more time, I'm telling you, I'm serious. I'm serious now. If she texts me one more time.
George, are you inviting all your big money friends in Atlanta, Mr. Wilburn and folks like that, all the big muckety mucks, and
Yes,
Tyler
yes, I
Perry
am.
and what have you?
I need all of them. I couldn't find Tyler Perry. I really wanted him to come by. Is he that hard to get in touch with?
I'm not the person to ask.
Not me either.
But I would assume that Mr. Perry is probably very busy. shooting like 15 movies this weekend.
Just this weekend alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this weekend. Mhm.
I
And he's
was
got to get him, and he's shooting 15 movies in the whole movie in 1 week.
Right. Right.
I was
Well-
gonna ask if you guys saw the New York Times. They released the polls of like Georgia and how Trump is leading in Georgia right now. I think it's like 49. Is it 49 to 40?
He's been leading in Georgia.
No,
And it really depends on the poll, depends on the state,
exactly,
it depends on the
yeah.
day. You know what I mean, Quinn? It's like, and I don't believe the polls. Because I don't believe that many people are
That's stupid.
Right. That's what I was gonna ask. Is Georgia typically red? This red? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Georgia's very red.
Okay.
Look, Georgia just went purple in the last election. That's why they're so mad. That's why no, I don't even say governor. Brian made it against the law to pass out water. That's why they took away the drop boxes. That's what early voting begins Monday in Georgia. Normally, I have an early voting place in Smyrna. I just found out. No, they have. I have to go to Mary. They have narrowed down the
Yes.
locations to early vote in Georgia.
So this is why what Stacey Abrams did was so critical and monumental, because she was really able to eradicate those barriers, like what you said, the closing of the polls and stuff. Okay.
But the fact of the matter, Quinn, is that Georgia was red last time, and we went blue. We're going blue this time. Georgia blue. Trust me.
Well,
Georgia is going blue.
And I should just, I'm being reminded, but I should just say, I asked George to stay. And so let's move into trending topics as we are talking about this now. If you'll remember, Donald Trump was very unhappy with Georgia in 2020 when he went to the Secretary of State. He said he's just looking for 11,780 votes. That's all he wanted. That's all he needed. And that was his, move towards electioneering. And the secretary says that's not legal. We can't do that. We've gone over these votes time and again, and you lost. And they're still fighting. I mean, they even went to counties to the very south in Georgia and tried to change the votes and who was counting the votes and things like that. And they're still doing that, in advance of this election.
I believe there's tricks out there, Sybil. I believe there's tricks out there. I believe that's how Bush won. I believe had it been anybody else, Rassmanberger, they would have not. They would have gone along with Donald Trump. And they would have found those 11,000 votes. So they got a lot of tricks out there. I'm thinking the second day of voting, after voting, November 6th, we could have some problems with all of these different people in these different states.
Well, he says he's not gonna contest the vote if he wins.
Who said that? Who said that?
Donald Trump said he's not going to.
And you believe Donald Trump? Do you believe Donald Trump?
If he says if he wins, he's not going to contest.
I predict we will not have a quote unquote announced winner on November 6th because it's going to be.
Yeah.
Well, remember
the
Georgia vote came in on Saturday.
Exactly.
Put Biden-Harris team over the top. From Tuesday to Saturday, they were still counting.
And we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. We've had so many people move into Georgia. Let's make this perfectly clear. So many Democrats move into Georgia and young people and college students move into Georgia. Our numbers should be better than last time.
I hope that they are, and I hope that they are registered, the students that
they have to vote.
Yeah.
Right.
They have. I don't remember the number, but I was shocked. I want to say it was in the millions of actual registered voters who did not vote. Millions.
But there's actually 1 million that have registered to vote, the young people, since 4 years ago.
Wow, that's sad. Another thing I do want to mention in terms of the election, some things that we aren't talking about enough are the U.S. Senate races. The Democratic Party has a narrow majority in the U.S. Senate, but every couple of years, 1/3 of the U.S. Senate is up for election or re-election. And so this year, it's 34 out of the 100 seats are up on November 5th, which may result in a power shift. Seats in 8 of the most competitive races, including Montana, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, could be toss-ups that tip the balance of power in the upper chamber. In Ohio, which, as we said, is a red state, Senator Sherrod Brown, a 3-term Democrat, is trying to hold on to his state in a tight race against a wealthy businessman who's been endorsed by Donald Trump. The Republican candidate's name is Bernie Moreno, and he's not faring very well, but this race is far from a safe bet for Sherrod Brown. CNN has reported this campaign is the most expensive congressional race on record, spending close to $450 million.
Which state is this, Sybil? Which state?
Ohio.
Ohio. That's what I thought. Trust me. The ladies are gonna do it, Sybil. The ladies are gonna make this thing happen. Trust me. But these laws against the ladies are gonna be out there. It's gonna happen.
Are you talking about the abortion laws? Are they going to make a difference? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And especially on those states where abortion, with the 6-week abortion laws. Pennsylvania is a purplish state. Democrat Bob Casey, who has represented the Keystone State since 2007 in the United States Senate, is campaigning against a challenger by the name of David McCormick, a former hedge fund executive. And they say that Casey is consistently ahead by several points against this David McCormick guy. Both candidates are campaigning hard over issues including abortion, inflation, and immigration. I was very surprised. There's some towns in Pennsylvania that are like 70% Hispanic. That just that astounded me. That 70% majority.
That's a lot.
That's yeah.
That's a lot.
And I think that tomorrow, people who identify as Republican but who are endorsing President Harris are going to be in Pennsylvania to campaign for her, including
nationwide. We are number 3. They are number 2. So
yeah. Oh yeah. And that's why this new coalition has to be solid between Black and brown voters.
Yes,
it has to be. CNN is calling Michigan's U.S. Senate race the most competitive open seat. Incumbent Democrat Debbie Stabenow has retired, she is retiring, leaving an open seat that Democratic Congresswoman Elisa Slotkin and former Congressman Mike Rogers are vying for. Mike Rogers is very big in the Republican Party, a real hawk. Both candidates are spending a lot of money on campaigns centered on the issues of abortion, electric vehicle manufacturing, of course, that's Michigan, and their ties to their party's presidential nominees, according to the newspapers. And Arizona, the Democrat is Ruben Gallego. He's leading by up to double digits by that Looney Tunes. Carrie Lake, the Republican in the race, she is a major Trump supporter and is in the race to fill the seat left vacant by the other very interesting character, Kirsten Sinema, who changed her politics to independent, but caucuses with the Democratic Party. That's how she got there. And Lake is lagging far behind Trump in the state of Arizona, and Arizona is one of those key states that Vice President Kamala Harris is trying to win. But they think that the number of independent voters in Arizona will be the determining factor in the outcome of that U.S. Senate race. And Nevada is saying that the incumbent Democrat, her name is Jackie Rosen, is more substantial bet against a Republican challenger by the name of Sam Brown. But they say that she has strong fundraising and pro-choice messaging in the state with an abortion measure on the ballot. So not only are they voting for the president and vice president and the senator, but the abortion issue is on the ballot in Nevada. Right. That's going to make a big difference. And then, of course, the state of Texas. Ted Cruz, not very popular in the state of Texas, and he has a tough reelection challenge against Democrat Allred. And Allred is doing better. He's, really closing in on the polls there. And it has to do a lot with Ted Cruz's low approval ratings and the amount of money the Democrats are spending in the state. I mean, if you guys are sick of your commercials, you can't turn on 30 seconds without, a commercial for Ted Cruz or for Colin Allred. Yeah.
Allred's been doing a lot of shows, though, too, lately.
Yeah.
Does it bother you when you hear a commercial that you know is a flat out lie? Like we get them here in Georgia and they're telling you the lie about Kamala is lying about. That's what they start with. And she's not lying. They're lying. That bothers me. The commercials.
Well, I mean, then the candidate that they're lying about comes back and produces a commercial, says lies, 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 and that. But if they can afford to do those commercials.
But we know who's lying.
Well, yeah, but sometimes you have to be very clear about it and say you are a liar, Mr. or Ms.
Mr. Man, Mr. Liar.
George, were you in Vegas yesterday for the
Implosion
of the Tropicana?
I was not. I was here in Atlanta, and but the Tropicana went down. They should have tore that sucker down years ago.
I went to the Tropicana back in December to see the Michael Jackson impersonation show.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Not the real famous one. This was like
this is one at the Tropicana.
This is when I knew. I was like, okay, it's that kind of show. I went to ask for a drink before the show, and I was like, yeah, let me get a Grey Goose. And as soon as I said it, she looked at me like, honey, look here. We got wine, we got so, and we have a Cosmo, but it ain't got Grey Goose.
They started winding down early, huh, Myra?
Yeah, she was like, I'm just gonna stop right there, ma'am.
The 67-year-old Tropicana was demolished in an implosion early Wednesday, and they took 22 seconds.
I'm sorry.
I know, Myra. We've done more for less time, and it was live streamed and featuring 555 drones and a fireworks display.
Oh.
Well,
why do you need a fireworks display when you're already blowing up something?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Because you know how Vegas, you're Mr. Las Vegas, George.
Yeah,
everything is a show. Everything is, it's big and explosive.
And I encourage everybody to go to Las Vegas. This Sphere is so awesome. You have got to go just for this Sphere. It is so awesome. You got to go see a show there, and just
Myra,
come
you
to
went,
Las
didn't
Vegas.
you?
I did the poor man's version of the Sphere.
Oh, okay.
She looked at it from the outside.
I stayed in the Palazzo and shot everything from my room, just at the exterior. It was absolutely stunning, though.
So you were there, Myra. You did see it, yeah.
I did see it from my room, in my jammy jams.
So the Tropicana, where the Rat Pack and all of the showgirls and everything that was their claim to fame, is no more. It closed in April, just shy of its 67th anniversary, and it's all this to make way for a new Major League Baseball stadium.
Yes, the Oakland A's will be coming to Las Vegas.
Right. It'll be the Las Vegas A's.
We already got the Aces.
It's a weird place to put the.
You already have the
right
Aces,
there.
right? Say again.
I just think it's an odd location because it's all these hotels in the Strip, and then here's a baseball stadium.
Yeah, and there's going to be a resort attached to it too.
It's going to be kind of like the Battery, Myra. It's going to be like the Battery. Everything is going to be around it, casinos and hotels. So it's
in the Battery in Atlanta. Not really in Atlanta.
Sybil, have you been to the Battery in Atlanta?
I know. I've only seen it by watching the games.
I encourage you to go. Myra and Jay and I, we go there quite frequently, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Do you go for games, or you just guys go for breakfast and wait for Jay to pay?
We go for breakfast and we wait for Jay to show up because he gets lost every time. He's not finding a freaking baseball stadium with the elevated test center that has a building like 40 feet tall on a main street, and Jay calls 3 times. Where is it again?
Well,
yeah.
Sybil, there's something wrong with him. Have you guys ever inquired about him? He's a little off. I don't want to say it publicly, so I don't want everybody to know, but there's something wrong with Jay.
Yeah, just say it on our little show. It won't go any further than this. So it's going to be a 33,000 seat indoor stadium. Thank God.
Wow.
And this is the 4th major league professional team coming to Las Vegas. And what they won't be doing this year is playing in the WNBA finals. The Aces are out. The finals
Yep.
are set for the WNBA. New York Liberty versus the Minnesota Lynx. And that game tips off tomorrow. The championship series tips off tomorrow. That's going to be a really, because they're supposed to be the two best teams in the league. And so
I
that's
hear
going to
the
be a really good game.
WNBA, the attendance is way up, and that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
wonderful.
Thanks to Angel Reese and Caitlin.
And Caitlin, yes.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to close this out with
Oh, by the way, I saw
entertainment.
them all at the Olympics. I went to the Olympics. I haven't talked to you since then, Sybil. I went to the Olympics. I saw them all. I saw everything. I saw all of the runners, everything. I was at the Olympics. Good to be back.
And I think you saw the same way Myra and I did from in front of our TV sets. Is that right?
No, Myra, tell her I was there. I sent you the photos. I was on the front row, Sybil.
I know, George. I'm just teasing.
That hurts when you talk like that. I'm not lying. That hurt. I'm not lying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
George went to the Olympics and complained all the way from the gate to where his front row seat was.
Yeah,
which was about 2
front row
miles.
at the track meet. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long walk. It's almost like walking in the Dallas Fort Worth airport to gate A to gate B.
It was been so cool though.
It was very cool, and George was very kind to not invite us, but to share. His
So, say that last part again, Sybil.
It was
I
very
didn't hear
cool
you.
for George to share his pictures, not invite us to go, but share
All right.
his pictures
Okay.
with us.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I'll invite you in 2028. We're going to go to Los Angeles.
And I'll be here. You guys can come.
Yes, Kwyn will definitely be there getting a massage.
Yes.
Like, you guys have fun. Yeah, right.
It's free, open to anybody. You guys can come get free massages too. So yeah.
Okay. I'll put on my LMU.
Oh, hold on a second. What you think
sweatshirt.
about massage? What y'all said about massage? Say what now?
So my LMU, I work at Loyola Marymount University. They offer free massages every week.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Now, so
George, don't
Dr.
try to
Wallace
pretend
going
you're
back
a
to school,
student.
y'all.
I want to get rubbed down. I didn't
say a rub down. I said
all rubbed up.
Okay, let's move to entertainment now,
Yes.
shall we? Okay. Actor Courtney B. Vance says that he manifested working with Niecy Nash again about a month before Grotesquerie cast him in a role. He plays Marshall Tryon, Nash Betts' character Lois Tryon's husband in the Ryan Murphy series Grotesquerie, and he's seen mostly in flashbacks as he's comatose in a hospital bed in the present day. He said that the actress's participation in the show is part of what sold him on the part. He said that he saw Niecy Nash at an awards show, and he said he walked up to her and said, "We need to do something. It's been long enough." And so she said, "Come on, let's do something." And then he said, you know, they go back a long way. They did Cookie's Fortune, which was directed by the late great Robert Altman, and another movie. And he said that it was just manifested, and shortly thereafter, Ryan Murphy called him about this part.
I have not seen this, but can I say Courtney Vance is such a wonderful actor, and
Yes.
he has not gotten his props, because he not on to me a really good actor can not only do drama but comedy as well.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy. And I saw, did you all see, is it called Office Party with Courtney Vance and Jason Bateman?
It was Office Party, I think it was. Not The Office, but The Office Party, yeah.
Party. And they were Jason Bateman's company was falling apart, blah, 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 and they were trying to woo him. Courtney Vance played this very straight party, and somebody put some drugs in the stuff. Oh my God. Just let me say, Courtney Vance has a nice rear end, even when he's toothless. Now, to figure out that sentence, you got to watch the movie. You got to see the movie.
And he also
was
has
so
a TV show that's streaming. I want to say it's Peacock, but I'm not sure. But he's in a new street drama too.
Yeah.
Did you see the movie that he did, that Courtney did with a guy, I forgot the guy's name, but his son was a winemaker. They had a winery.
Yes.
That was really good, wasn't it, Sybil?
Yes. Yes. And speaking of TV shows, are you ready to share anything?
No, I can't do it just yet. But
Okay. You'll come back when you
but
can.
it is there. It is there.
Okay,
and everything is great.
great.
Everything.
We're gonna close out with our jewel. Trying something different, George, helps you develop flexibility and adaptability in life. So inhale innovation, exhale stagnation.
I smell my breath.
We all do, George.
Shut up, Myra.
And we're all in
We do
different
too.
places. Yes, yes.
Well, thank you so
Someone
much.
corrected
apart.
me. Early voting it starts next Tuesday in Georgia.
All
And
right,
don't
George,
forget,
let's
if you're
get
coming
started.
through, Georgia, there's a lot of people in Georgia from Florida and other places. Come out and put a smile on your face Friday night at the Uptown Comedy Club on Virginia Avenue. That's
And
George
Hateville.
Wallace, Mayor Bill Campbell, Jennifer Holliday, Myra J, Don D.C. Curry. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Congresswoman Williams.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good for
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, so that is the 11th of October in Atlanta,
This
and
Friday,
Dallas
yes.
is October
The
20th, right?
Yes, that's on a Saturday. And Nanette Lee and others will be with me, and Jasmine Crockett will be with me in Dallas
Good for
at the
you.
Dallas Comedy Club.
Good for you. Okay. All right. Thank you, George, for joining us.
Thank you.
Go turn
We're
on the
done
lights
already?
now. Yeah,
It's over?
it's over.
I made it through.
Go find a light switch.
I love you. And what? There's absolutely
Please.
nothing you can do about it.
Thank you, everybody. Bye, Quinn. Go to class. Bye,
Bye.
Go to
Myra.
class,
Bye-bye.
Gwen.
And
Stay safe.
pray for Florida.